The German Tier 9 destroyer F.Schultz is another great symbol of wargaming's shipbuilding achievement. Meanwhile, it also shows one thing, that is the Russians remember the bloody history more than anyone in any country. If you already have, or are struggling on some German warships, you will find that most of them are jack shit, and only to provide XP for other players. Now you know why the battleship made by precise and scientific German craftsmanship is just a mobile damage package in game. Because the Russians engraved the Germans' betrayal of the Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact on their mind, and the scars of Operation Barbarossa are always reminding the Russians, so the German got what they deserve. Then we got these wastes, the battleship Grover Curry with Katyusha rockets dispersion, cruiser Hindenburg with the same type of citadel protection as KV-1 tanks, and the Z-52 with half firepower of Kitakays enjoying the music of Berlin. Some of these things can only do something in naval battles of utopian moral standards, and some can only rub against noobs who have no understanding with the game mechanics. Then Wargaming said, yes, and gimmick the second branch of German destroyers, imagining that these destroyers should hunt light cruisers. They give these destroyers many gimmick characteristics, such as the main battery. Starting from our protagonist F.Schultz, she is amazingly equipped with 3 twin-mounted 150mm main guns, and you can also find these turrets on the Grover Curry. Don't underestimate this little angry turret. This turret is as real a nonsense as the German atomic weapons during World War II. It has very high AP alpha, excellent ballistic and shell speed, and an incredible small dispersion. Not mention that it also has a special AP ricochet angle and magic extremely high penetration AP shells. Basically, she is the battleship slaver among the destroyers, but just like the weakness of the slaver, Schultz's performance in other aspects is not in satisfaction. First, it's hard to believe that he can no longer receive broadcasts from Berlin, and her engine is so fragile that has no engine boost. At the same time, its maneuverability is 2 times worse than Haragumo, so you will easily to be under firepower and kamikaze attacks. So you play Schultz like a super light cruiser, just as she designed in history. You can't get into a gunfight with destroyers in the early part of the battle, because your DPM is less than the battleships Hitler can mobilize. You cannot shoot at the enemy in the open area, because you are not a French or Soviet destroyer, which has the gimmick to make them tanky or swift. You can't carry out torpedo attacks on the flanks, because your fucking stupid torpedo can't hit anything. You can only cap key areas with the assist of your teammates. You can only steal the broadsiding cruiser when you have teammates to attract enemy firepower. You can only fight against those gun destroyers while keeping a sufficient distance and insist using AP shells. You will find that these shells are very effective when dealing with angled destroyer. Switching your role between destroyers and cruisers flexibly is the key of mastering F.Schultz. Because your DPM is fucking stupid, and a salvo is not enough to shock noob, you need a dreadnought battle. Stay away from destroyers with good artillery and concealment like the Soviet Navy. Run away from the ocean, and warn the aircraft carriers that air is part of the game. Believe or go fuck himself. Get these upgrades for your little Gustav. Of course, if you have enough skill points, you can choose the firing rate mod. Choose the following skills for your commander, and I don't recommend to make extreme specialization on firing range, because your head efficiency is very low, and the same is true for AP shells at long distances. Of course, if you don't want to have anything to do with the battle, just follow your will, because there are already many such kind of ships and the game still goes on. Of course, for such a contradictory ship, who does not want to give him some kinetic energy weapons,